What I'm about to say might offend you, but if it doesn't confront you, it won't change you. Some of you don't actually know scripture. You have just memorized verses you are not living. Let that sink in you. Because in today's Christianity, we have mastered how to quote the word, but fail to become the word. And that is the illusion of spiritual maturity. We have created a dangerous standard. We measure spiritual growth by how many verses you can quote, how well you can preach, how often you post scripture. And when you preach, you see people clap for you and telling you something like right on. And some has even become a walking Bible. But is that all it is? Absolutely not. But that's not maturity, because you can sound spiritual and still be deeply carnal in your behavior. You can say God is in control and still panic over everything. You can say I've forgiven, but still carry offenses in your heart. So the question is not, do you know scripture? Rather, the question is, has scripture changed you? When knowledge becomes deception, when knowledge becomes scripture, something goes wrong. Something goes wrong. Here, where it gets dangerous. Knowledge without obedience creates self-deception. You start believing because I know it, I'm living it. But you are not. You are just familiar with it. And familiarity can make you feel convicted without changing, corrected without transforming, informed without obeying. That's why some people sit in church for years, hear powerful messages, and still remain the same. That's why we have several churches, several radio programs, messages on social medias, yet there is no evidence. No evidence. Not because the word lacks power, but because we refuse to submit to it. The real proof of the word is the proof of the scripture is not in your mouth. It is in your life. For us to know that you know the scripture and you are living the scripture, it must shows in your life. It shows up in how you respond when you are hurt. When you are hurt, how you act when nobody is watching, how you obey when it causes you something. You don't know forgiveness until you forgive someone who hurt you deeply. You don't know faith, and you don't understand faith until you trust God when things fall apart. You don't know God. You don't know what is love until it's hard to love. Anything less is just theory. We lack some of us are not struggling because we lack scripture. We are struggling because we lack obedience. We know what God said. We just don't want to do it. And instead of admitting that, we hide behind more sermons, more quotes, more spiritual languages. But heaven is not moved by what you say. It responds to how you live. As we close, so before you say, I know the word, ask yourself honestly, is the word visible in my life or only audible in my mouth? Because at the end of the day, you don't truly know scripture until it shows up in your life, in your choices. Call to action. If this message challenge you, don't ignore it. Drop a comment. Lord, help me live your word, and share this message with someone who needs this. and God bless you as you do so. Shalom.